Investing in the Chinese yuan, CNY, versus the US dollar, USD. The question of investing in the Chinese yuan over the US dollar opens up a fascinating can of worms about forex investment strategies and where the world's economies might be heading. Currency diversification. Firstly, diversification is key in any investment portfolio. While the US dollar has been the backbone of the international economy and the default reserve currency, there's something to be said about not having all your eggs in one basket. The Chinese yuan, also referred to as renminbi, provides an alternative that could hedge against potential USD weaknesses. China's economic trajectory. China's economic growth has been nothing short of a spectacle over the last few decades. Despite recent slowdowns, it's still a giant that's increasingly influential on the world stage. The Belt and Road Initiative and China's push for the yuan to be included in the IMF's Special Drawing Rights Basket showcase its aspirations to have a more internationally significant currency. Interest rates and appreciation potential. The interest rates set by the People's Bank of China can sometimes offer higher yields compared to the U.S. Federal Reserve's rates. Also, due to China's tighter control of its currency, there may be potential for appreciation over time if they continue to allow the yuan to strengthen against the dollar. Trade considerations. If you're an investor based in, say, Portland, Oregon, and you're involved in sectors that do a lot of business with China, it might make sense from a transactional perspective to hold some of your wealth in yuan. Reducing the need to convert back and forth could save on costs and hedge against currency fluctuations that might impact business deals. Political and economic risks. Of course, we can't ignore the political and economic risks. China's economy isn't immune to setbacks, and government policies can dramatically affect the value of the yuan. If you're considering this investment, you need to stay very tuned in to the global geopolitical climate and economic policies coming out of Beijing. Regulatory environment. The regulatory framework around the yuan is much stricter than the USD. Capital controls and sudden changes in policy could impact the liquidity and accessibility of your investments. You better believe that the Chinese government likes to keep a tight grip on their currency. Conclusion? Okay, no in conclusion, but here's the crux. Investing in the Chinese yuan could be beneficial as part of a diversified portfolio, especially if you're seeking exposure to the Chinese economy's potential and if you can navigate the regulatory environment. However, it comes with its own set of unique risks and considerations that shouldn't be taken lightly. It's kind of like trying a new food cart in Portland. You might find a fresh, exciting flavor, or you might end up with something you're not quite ready for. Always do your due diligence before diving in.